It's been 9 months, roughly, since the vaccine started rolling out in wealthy countries, right? The United States, Canada, Western Europe, UK, France, Germany, Italy, all these countries started rolling out their vaccines about 9 months ago. And since that time, 3 million people, at least, have died in poorer countries from COVID. 3 million people have died while their governments have been begging countries like the UK and the United States and Germany to give up their vaccine patents, to waive patent law long enough for them to develop their own vaccines so they can protect their people. Right now, it hasn't happened. What we have seen is countries like the United States sending over, tens of thousands vaccines to countries that have, more than 1 billion people. So I'm sure 70,000 vaccines really made a dent in that versus just letting them have the patent so they can make it themselves and distribute it to their people. 3 million people are dead because of the greed of not just these countries, but the pharmaceutical companies as well. Because those pharmaceutical companies could also voluntarily give their patents to these individuals. They could. Obviously, they will never, ever, ever do that. Johnson & Johnson just made $5 billion in the last quarter off their vaccine. So instead, much like Americans were told in the 1980s and then again in the early 2000s and then again in 2017, wait for your trickle down. Because that's now the policy we have by protecting and holding on to these vaccine patents. We're telling these other countries that are dying at staggering rates, especially now that the Delta variant is out there, we're telling them you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to hope that enough vaccine doses trickle down from the United States or from the UK or from Germany. Hope that they trickle down to your country. Maybe if we have some extras, we'll send you 10,000 here, 20,000 there. But, we're not going to do anything else to save you. And we're doing this to our own detriment, obviously. The longer COVID stays out there, whether it's in the United States or it's over in India or China or South Africa, it doesn't matter where it is, the longer the virus is around, the more it's going to mutate. And eventually, if these wealthy countries just continue to hoard the vaccines and say, our people are going to be safe, the virus is going to kick around for so long, it's going to mutate into something to where our vaccines are no longer relevant. They won't work anymore. So, yes, we're all in danger by not vaccinating the world. Yes, we do have a moral obligation, an ethical obligation to waive these vaccine patents to let people across the planet start protecting themselves. If we just hoard it for us, if we say only countries that can afford it get to have it, then we'll be dealing with this virus for a lifetime or longer. Millions of more people are going to die. And we could stop it. We could stop it. We're making the conscious choice as a nation to not save millions of lives. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.